Good afternoon and welcome from Sepang, where the cars and drivers are getting ready to start the Malaysia Grand Prix. Let's look at the grid order for today's race while the cars make their final preparations.
Hi guys, what is up? It's Aaron here, also known as MrDangerDaysF1, and I'm exclusively being put to charge of round 2 of the Malaysia Grand Prix of the F1 Community Career Mode provided by Ryan and A3. I just want to say thanks to Ryan for giving me the opportunity to do this episode, and of course I'll be hoping to deliver a good result here today. So we're playing as Kimi Raikkonen. He starts 6th place in the Malaysia Grand Prix, sitting on the grid now waiting for the formation to get underway as we're about to load our setup now for the race. And of course this was on Xbox One for the F1 2015 game, so I'm pretty excited about this race. I mean, Malaysia, I'm not exactly a favourite of the track, but obviously it creates a great challenge. Obviously the weather as wise, and of course the tyre degradation is going to be at its high, so we got to look after our tyres as we prepare our pit stop. Only one stop here today. And of course, this is AI is on Legend. I always play on Legend AI, so it's about to get ready for the race. So here we go for the Malaysia Grand Prix. Wish me luck in this, as we hope to try and deliver a good result here today for the F1 2015 Community Career Mode. As we play as Kimi Raikkonen, the lights are about to come on now. Revving up the engine, and away we go for the Malaysia Grand Prix. A bit of an okay start there, defending from Max Verstappen, and he's already ahead, dropping to P7 now, so we're approaching to turn 1. There's a challenge between Bottas and Verstappen. That's going to end up with a collision, but thank goodness we managed to hold on there. We're in the middle of a sandwich between there. Colliding with Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo there again. Almost colliding with the two Red Bull sponsored cars with Ricciardo and Verstappen. It was losing the rear there. Very strange from the Ferrari there. You can see raindrops are appearing on my screen. I have no idea what's happened there. The engineer didn't tell me anything about rain expected in the race, but looks like the wet weather has arrived immediately at the race. So I wonder if the intermediate tyres are going to come soon. Oh, it was almost in the back of Daniel Ricciardo there as we're trying to get through the sector. Colliding with him again. It's close racing between me and Ricciardo as we go into this section of the track, unlike this bit there, as we manage to pass Ricciardo up to P5 now, as we're going to try and chase down our teammate Sebastian Vettel, as Lewis Hamilton leads the way forward with Massa second, Rosberg all the way down to third. A bad start from Rosberg as he started second in the race, as surely trying to get a nice clean start here, even though we almost lost it down it after turn 2 and had a few little barging moments with the Red Bull and the Toro Rosso there, but slowly but surely trying to make my way up the field. Hopefully they're going to try and aim to get a podium in this race, but a win, it would be nice on the cards. Obviously the Mercedes are quite quick around here, so it is going to be a bit a challenge as we approach the final corner to conclude lap 1 down to mix 1 to reduce the traction at the exit of the corner. The only assist I run on is with lines, traction control on medium, and the gearbox. As we cut down to lap 2, as we're right behind our teammate Sebastian Vettel, as we've got a little bit of traffic jam with Massa and Vettel, as we come into the left and right section, as we're side by side with our teammate. This is who's going to head first, which one, in the inside line, and we've just taken P4 from our teammate. We may have a bit of a squeeze out of Vettel off the track, but we take him P4 at the moment as we're trying to get past Massa, but a little bit late braking there, trying to go on the inside, but we decided to cancel it out as the wheel spin squads out, we on the gravel, and we lost some time there, and that could have been an opportunity for Vettel to take P4 again as we cut to lap 3 at the behind Felipe Massa now, gaining the time there. Very good exit there as we're trying to get past Massa into this left section and into the right one. We see a gap there, we're going to go for it, and we're up to P3, we're on the podium now as we pass Felipe Massa, and now it's our job now trying to overtake Nico Rosberg, which I know is going to be a difficult task since the Mercedes are quite quick in this game, especially on Legend AR difficulty. But we're going to cut to lap 6, and the rain is getting worse now. The rain that arrived early on the race has become a bit more of a threat now, and I wonder later on in the laps will we be switching to the intermediate tyres. At the moment the track doesn't feel wet enough for inters, but it's definitely not dry. It's definitely close to Inters, but the question is, when can we go on it? So we're going to make our pit stop now, and we go on the prime tyre. I feel that maybe the prime tyre will be the right choice. I feel the Inters isn't quite there yet. It's a difficult decision, but we're going to take that risk as we go into the pit stop. We would have one retirement. That's Pastor Maldonado. He's out of the race. As we just hold up Nico Rosberg there. Rosberg has been holding up there. Just noticed the Mercedes both double stopped there as Hamilton stopped there first, and Rosberg lost some time in there. And we just jumped ahead of Rosberg. So initially we're into second place now, and I wonder if an opportunity to take the lead of the race is on the cards. But at the moment, so we're coming out the exit pits now, and just slowly but surely getting the tyres up to temperature as P1. As now we cut to lap 7 as we come into the final corner now. Some cars coming into the pits as we see Alonso there going into the pit lane now. As we drop down as we jump to P6 now, losing the rules, the rear end, and almost crashing into the wall there. As cars are just pitting for their pits, making their pit stops just now. As we're up to P3, as another bit, as you see there, P2, and we jump to P1 in the race. What? Wow, we just managed to jump P1. Where's Lewis Hamilton? Is Hamilton out of the race, or where is he gone? Is he pitted? As the engineer just told me now, realised that the majority of the cars are now switched to intermediates, and I'm the only car to be on the dry tyre. As I don't feel that the track now in this part of the track is feeling a bit wet. As I could tell, as right behind me is my teammate Vettel and Valtteri Bottas. They're both on intermediate tyres, and I think maybe that the rest of the field have jumped onto Inters. As I'm about to trying to talk to my engineer to tell him that we're going to have to pit in for a set intermediate tyres. I think we made a bit of a miscall there on which tyres to go on, as now Valtteri Bottas is going to make his way through, as well as Sebastian Vettel. Oh my goodness, in no way Vettel's going to overtake there, but we're going to lower the brakes up. Almost had a collision there with Bottas and Vettel, but luckily we didn't cause a crash there. But I think Vettel's jumped the lead. I've helped Vettel take the lead of the race. One way to help your teammate, but oh well, doesn't matter about that. We're going to come into the pits for initially our second stop in the intermediate tyres. I think Red Bull are going to make another pit stop as we go into there. Switching to Inters now, and away we go. We jump down to P5. Lewis Hamilton's up to P4. Verstappen P3. What good result for the 17-year-old. I think at the moment we're going to be out some P5. So we come to the pits. Ericsson's just gone through, and Fernando Alonso, it's a P6 from the McLaren Honda. Oh, what a result this will be for McLaren if they can hold on to this. As behind us is Nico Rosberg, the guy who got stopped there, and he's gone through. Looks like our tyres are not quite up to temperature yet, as they're still a bit cold, and Rosberg has taken advantage of that and has passed us into there. I wonder if he can make his way up the field, and initially could challenge Lewis Hamilton for a possible podium position here, as I believe Vettel's still leading with Bottas second. Third is Verstappen, fourth Hamilton, fifth is Ericsson, sixth Alonso, seventh is Rosberg. We are in 8th place, and Perez is 9th at the moment. So you can see in front of us, Rosberg is trying to get past Alonso, but Alonso is having none of it. As we're coming up to this uphill section, Rosberg is going to make a move on Alonso. Is he going to do it? On the inside line, Alonso is not refusing. Alonso is not letting this Mercedes go without a fight. Initially, the slowest engine in the game is not letting the fastest engine in the game through, as Rosberg is trying to get his way through. But with this, Alonso holding up. This could be an opportunity for us to crash. Alonso, we made contact with Nico Rosberg, go into the penultimate corner, and we just may have barged our way through to passing Nico Rosberg. We just got DRS in this intermediate conditions, which is fine by us. But Nico Rosberg at the moment looks like he could be a threat to us, as since we've got DRS, he's going to get DRS on us as well. As the traction there just losing a bit, we've got DRS open, fuel mix free, and Rosberg looks like he's going to try and pass me and Raikkonen both. We passed Alonso, and looks like Rosberg has just passed Alonso. Yep, he's just passed Alonso as well. So Alonso lost 2 places, and we initially had to battle off Alonso and Rosberg at the same time. Let's put lap 10 now, as we're P6 still. As our next target now is the Sauber, Marcus Ericsson. And at the moment, he's doing a really good result at the moment. It's going to the inside line. Marcus's yields, very unusual for the AI to do that, as we're losing traction there. as almost went to the wall, but thank goodness we didn't go into there as we end lap 10 to start on lap 11. And at the moment, Rosberg looks like he's going to for battle for it, and looks like we've jumped down to P6 and Rosberg now to P5. This could be a battle for 10 points here in the championship. These 10 points could become crucial in the World Championship, as we may have taken a ball out there. But the traction for this intermediate conditions is so difficult to manage. As even though we were on fuel mix 1 majority of the time, to reduce traction, it tends to help me. And as we're trying to catch up with Rosberg, Rosberg missed a little mistake there. We had a good exit of that corner as we're going to the inside line there. Nicely done there, even though we may have pushed him a little bit and we're going a bit wide. But it doesn't matter, the FIA are not going to tell us off, as we skip to lap 12 of the race, and our tyres are starting to lose a little bit of grip here. As you can see, a little sliding about there as we're losing traction in the rears, as we're trying to hold on to 5th place to Nico Rosberg. We need those 10 points in the championship. But side by side with Nico Rosberg now, go into this fast S section, but thank goodness Rosberg managed to pull out there. And we've had another retirement. That's Jenson Button out of the race in the McLaren Honda. And oh, we're losing the traction there. The grip is gone. And Nico Rosberg looks like he's just taken an easy ticket to 5th place. And unfortunately, to lap 13 and 14, we couldn't catch up with Rosberg, and we just took a safe option, and we're going to take 4th place. 6th place even, as we just the checkered flags fall, and our teammate Sebastian Vettel takes victory here in Malaysia, the 2010, 11, 13 and 15 winner of the Malaysia Grand Prix. Has taken a victory here in the community career mode, and looks like for us, for Kimi Raikkonen, it looks like it's going to be a disappointing finish for him. He started 6th and he's going to end 6th. A possible podium was on the card, but an initial strategy error has made it a very disappointing result for Raikkonen. Indeed, a very disappointing result for Ferrari. Even though they got victory, but Raikkonen could have potentially been on the podium there, alongside with Bottas and Vettel. You see there, Raikkonen in his unhappy mood, unfortunately for that. But Sebastian Vettel takes victory for us in the Ferrari, with Valtteri Bottas 2nd. Lewis Hamilton managed to recover to take 3rd, with Max Verstappen 4th, Nico Rosberg 5th, Raikkonen 6th, Felipe Massa 7th, Marcus Ericsson 8th, Daniel Ricciardo recovered to go up to 9th, and Sergio Perez 10th. Alonso unfortunately didn't score points in this one, and Romain Grosjean finishes 12th. So that's the race over, as we're going to go over to the race highlights now. So let's have a look at the start of the race. As we see, get the lights go out and the Mercedes lead the way forward. As you see, the middle of the pack is Kimi Raikkonen, in between Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. And you see there, dive bomb by Felipe Massa covering the inside line of turn 1, as he takes 2nd place from Nico Rosberg. Well positioned there, as you see Daniel Ricciardo shutting the door on Kimi Raikkonen, and which almost caused a collision between him and Max Verstappen, and losing the rear end by Raikkonen there, as Hamilton leads the way forward with Massa 2nd, Rosberg 3rd, Vettel 4th, and Ricciardo 5th. To go up the hill now, Raikkonen is trying to look like he's going to go for looking for a move to try and get past the Red Bull Daniel Ricciardo if he wants any chance of securing a podium finish today. As you can see, a little contact there between Ricciardo and Raikkonen. As we go into Raikkonen dives in the inside, flipping the curb there, and now cut the corner. Ricciardo yields out, which is a sensible thing to do. As we see a replay of the Raikkonen start, and he initially got a bad start and starts defending of Max Verstappen, but Verstappen's got a really good start here, and initially takes P6 with Bottas trying to sneak up the outside as Raikkonen tries to fight his way forward as he squeezes out by Ricciardo there, and thank goodness that there was no collision between the two there, and looks like a lot of wheel spin with Raikkonen's car as after turn 2, and that leaves Raikkonen with a little bit of distance to catch up to Ricciardo. As you see in the column on the radio are discussing about what is going on with the weather, as the wet weather has just arrived and literally on the first lap, but thank goodness the rain didn't initially become a threat in this in this opening lap of the race. As we cut to Massa, a very good start by Felipe Massa here, as we see him battling with the Mercedes there. As he's having a look into turn 1 and managed to get second place from Nico Rosberg there. But fortunately for Massa, second place wasn't his end result. But initially, Massa did his best in the race to try and deliver a good result for the Williams team today. As you can see there, Massa had a good start, and he could have had a challenge to take victory. But unfortunately for Massa, his day will have to wait another time. As we cut to Nico Rosberg's star, had a good start there, and a little bit of wheel spin there as he juggles the steering wheel, and looks like he's going to have a look at Lewis Hamilton. You can see in the mirror there, as you see Massa is about to get ready for a dive bomb, and he covers the inside line, but Rosberg doesn't have the momentum to go into the inside of the next corner, and unfortunately for him, loses out to Felipe Massa and drops down to P3. But Rosberg did recover from his start and jumps back into P2 later on in the race, which is good news for Rosberg, but unfortunately it wasn't the result that he was hoping for here today at Sepang. As we cut down to the further back of the field, Daniel Kvyat, as we can see a little overview of what happened at the start. You can see Kimi Räikkönen defending there on Max Verstappen, but initially a good start by Daniel Kvyat. As we approach into turn 1, he gets swarmed by other cars, Nazar, Hulkenberg, and looks like a Lotus there. As he's coming into turn 1, and Williams there for Valtteri Bottas clips Carlos Sainz Jr. And thank goodness Carlos managed to keep that on the road and avoid a first lap collision. As you can see there, a battle between looks like a salvo of Felipe Nazar trying to battle with Red Bull's Danny Kvyat, and Nazar does win the battle in the end. And looks like Kvyat in this race is trying to fight his way forward. It's cut to a lap 2 with Räikkönen trying to battle his teammate, trying to find his way forth against Sebastian Vettel. Obviously Vettel, who went on to win the race. As you can see, Räikkönen makes another dive on, same thing he did with Daniel Ricciardo, and looked like he was going to pose a threat to Felipe Massa, but decides to just pull out and just take the safe option there. As you can see, the wet conditions are playing an effect in this race as the dry line is starting to appear. As we cut to a lap further on with Felipe Massa on board, who's currently at P3, but then jumps down to P4 after this spectacular move by Kimi Räikkönen. What a good move by Räikkönen that was in that replay action there. Very unlucky for Felipe Massa there. As we cut down to Sergio Perez, as you see smoke ahead, and it looks like it's past the Maldonado retire, and then but thank goodness for the car was ghosting there, and going on it's inside there. It's Marcus Ericsson. As you see a battle between Marcus Ericsson for Sergio Perez and Fernando Alonso battling for P12 in the race. But the battle between them lot didn't last very long. As we cut that forward to the Mercedes dominating that front, a 1-2 position, a well dominated start to the race with Lewis Hamilton leading the way forward and Nico Rosberg second. But with the rain approaching, it was time for the pit stop phase to come, and it was Lewis Hamilton dived in first, with Mercedes making a strange call of both Mercedes pitting in at the same time. With Lewis ahead in first, he would initially get a first service, of course, with Nico Rosberg second, meaning Rosberg has the potential of waiting. And yes, he does have to wait as Lewis Hamilton switches to the prime tyres as Bottas takes the lead of the race, and Mercedes not get ready for Nico Rosberg's pit stop. And with traffic, it's the bad way for Nico Rosberg's strategy to go, and he loses out to positions from Kimi Räikkönen and loses a possible podium position. Very unlucky for the German, but Mercedes' strategy call of a double stop didn't pay out in the end. As you can see there, Rosberg just comes out by Sergio Perez and Will Stevens. The position he didn't want to be in. As now the race leaders of Valtteri Bottas and Sebastian Vettel, they stayed out at the right time, and instead of pitting in for primes, they're going to pit in for the right tyre for the right track, and it was for intermediate tyres, as both of them are going to be continuing their battle in the pits. But which one is going to come out? Who's going to come out in first? This is additionally a battle for the lead here, as Valtteri Bottas dives into the pits, and so does Sebastian Vettel. What tyre are they going to go on? They're both going on intermediate tyres, and Valtteri Bottas comes out first, and Vettel comes out second. which will most likely be the order as they come out. As you see, Lewis Hamilton pits in again for intermediate tyres, and Nico Rosberg comes back into the pits for intermediate tyres. Looks like everyone decided to pit in for inters. And again, Mercedes are not ready for Nico Rosberg as he switched to intermediate tyres. A very unlucky call from Nico Rosberg there. As you see, Kimi Raikkonen now, still the only driver on the prime tyre, takes the lead of the race. But initially, he would have to pit in again to switch to inters and would drop down the field to a P6 result. And that enables his teammate Sebastian Vettel to take victory of the race, with Valtteri Bottas second and Lewis Hamilton taking third in the race, with Sebastian Vettel now taking his 4th win in Malaysia. And what a way to celebrate with his Ferrari team. A trophy of his is his, as the Williams team, Mercedes and Ferrari celebrate together, with Valtteri Bottas taking 2nd place. A very good result for the Finnish driver. And finally, the 3rd place for Lewis Hamilton, the 2014 World Champion, as he collects his 3rd place trophy for him. So I want to say thank you to Ryan for giving me the opportunity. Make sure you do subscribe to his channel, and make sure you do subscribe to my channel, MrDangerDaysF1. Link, it will be in the description below. And I just want to say good luck to everyone in the community career mode. And finally, goodbye for now.